The world is watching as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy lands in Saudi Arabia. But it's not just another diplomatic trip. This visit comes after a heated argument in Washington that could shake up the future of Ukraine's war efforts. What really happened behind closed doors at the White House? Why is Zelensky's team scrambling to fix the situation? And what role does Saudi Arabia play in all of this? Stick around because things are about to get intense. On March the 10th, 2025, President Zelenskyy touched down in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. His mission? To meet with Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and try to mend relations with the US after his February 28 visit to Washington went sideways. In case you missed it, that trip ended in a tense Oval Office argument with President Donald Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance. And now, the stakes are higher than ever. At risk is the military aid and intelligence Ukraine desperately needs to keep defending itself against Russia. Since 2022, the US has been a crucial ally, providing weapons, intelligence, and support. But with the Trump administration in charge, things are shifting. Also in Jeddah is US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. He arrived just hours after Zelenskyy, but here's the catch. The two aren't expected to meet in person. Instead, Rubio and his national security team, led by Mike Waltz, will sit down with Zelenskyy's top advisors. The question they need answered: is Ukraine ready to enter peace talks? Rubio made it clear, the US is not forcing Ukraine into negotiations, but they want to understand how far Zelenskyy's team is willing to go. And let's be real, this war has been brutal. Cities leveled, lives lost, and a nation struggling to hold the line. Rubio himself admitted, it's hard to talk about concessions after so much suffering, but that's the only way this ends. Meanwhile, Europe is watching closely, but from the sidelines. The European Union is already preparing for a future where the US plays a smaller role in Ukraine's defense. Just last week, they approved a plan to boost their military and free up billions of euros for security. So, is Ukraine losing its strongest ally? To make things more complicated, the US recently paused intelligence sharing with Ukraine for offensive operations. While the Biden administration had been all in on helping Ukraine strike Russian targets, Trump's team is taking a different approach. White House Special Envoy Steve Witkoff reassured the media that defensive intelligence is still being shared. But for now, Ukraine can't rely on US intelligence for offensive strikes against Russian forces. This could all change in Saudi Arabia. A US official hinted that if Ukraine plays its cards right, the intelligence sharing ban could be lifted. But that's a big if. So, what's next? Tuesday's talks in Jeddah will be crucial. If Ukraine and the US can find common ground, we might see renewed military support. If not, the Trump administration could push harder for peace talks with Russia, a scenario Zelenskyy has resisted for years. One thing's for sure, this isn't just another diplomatic visit. It's a high-stakes political chess match, with Ukraine's survival on the line. What do you think? Should Ukraine negotiate peace, or keep fighting with limited US support? Let's talk in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates on global events. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and keep questioning the world around you.